Hello and welcome back to our channel. In today's tutorial, we'll dive into some commonly used phrasal verbs that will help you sound more natural in everyday English conversations. We'll explain each verb with examples, so by the end, you'll be able to use them confidently in your own speech. Let's get started. Speak up. Speak up. To talk louder or to express your opinion clearly and confidently. Examples. Can you speak up? I can't hear you. She finally spoke up about her concerns. Speak up clearly during the presentation. Don't hesitate to speak up if something bothers you. Point out. Point out. Clearly indicate or mention something. Examples. I'd like to point out a mistake here. She pointed out that I forgot my keys. Could you point out your favorite spots? He always points out errors politely. Bring about. Bring about. Clearly indicate or mention something. Examples. This policy might bring about change. The protests brought about social awareness. New technologies often bring about innovation. The storm brought about a delay. Cut off. Cut off. Interrupt or suddenly stop something. Examples. Don't cut off someone mid-conversation. Our conversation got cut off by the alarm. He abruptly cut off his speech. The power supply was cut off during the storm. Talk into. Talk into. Persuade someone to do something. Examples. She talked me into going hiking. Can you talk him into joining us? My friends talked me into this trip. He easily talks people into things. Now, to really understand how these verbs are used in context, we're going to listen to a conversation and a story. Pay close attention to how they're used, as it will help reinforce what we've just covered.
I need to speak up about this project issue.
Good idea. Last week you pointed out some critical mistakes.
Exactly. We should bring about some changes before we're cut off from funding.
True. Maybe we can talk the manager into revising our deadline.
I'll try to talk her into it tomorrow.
Story.
During a team meeting, Sarah decided to finally speak up. She confidently pointed out the flaws in their strategy, knowing these issues could bring about serious problems. Although initially cut off by interruptions, Sarah persisted, clearly presenting her ideas. Her colleagues admired her determination. Later, she even managed to talk her manager into implementing her suggestions, significantly improving their team's approach.
Cheer up. Cheer up. To become or help someone become happier or less sad. Examples. Let's cheer him up with a surprise party. Music always cheers me up. She tried to cheer up her sad friend. After a tough day, comedy movies cheer me up. Get over. Get over. To recover from something like an illness, disappointment, or emotional pain. Examples. It took months to get over the breakup. He's slowly getting over his illness. She needs time to get over her loss. I finally got over my fear of heights. Fallout. Fallout. To have a disagreement or argument that damages a relationship. Examples. They fell out over money issues. I hope we don't fall out again. Friends rarely fall out for long. They fell out but soon reconciled. Count on. Count on. To rely on. Or trust someone or something. Examples. You can always count on me. We count on your support. I knew I could count on her advice. He's someone you can count on anytime. Look up to. Look up to. Admire or deeply respect someone. Examples. I always looked up to my grandfather. She looks up to her mentor greatly. They look up to him for his kindness. Kids often look up to their teachers. Conversation.
I'm trying to get over my breakup, but it's tough.
I'm here for you. You can count on me to help you cheer up.
Thanks. I hate when friends fall out over misunderstandings.
True, but we always get over our issues quickly. Besides, I really look up to your strength.
Story.
Laura struggled to get over losing her job. Her friend Jen wanted to cheer her up, so she planned a weekend getaway. Laura initially refused, but realized she could count on Jen's support. They had once fallen out briefly, but their friendship grew stronger after reconciling. Laura deeply looked up to Jen's compassion. The trip reminded Laura of the strength within friendship, helping her heal.
Set off. Set off. Begin a journey. Examples. They set off early in the morning. What time should we set off tomorrow? We set off towards the mountains. She set off without saying goodbye. Put off. Put off. To postpone or delay something to a later time. Examples. Don't put off studying any longer. The meeting was put off again. He often puts off difficult tasks. Let's not put off our plans. Call for. Call for. To demand, require, or ask for something officially or strongly. Examples. This situation calls for immediate action. Winning the game calls for teamwork. Your promotion calls for a celebration. This crisis calls for careful handling. Opt for. Opt for. To choose or select something from options. Examples. She opted for a healthier lifestyle. Many people opt for remote working. He finally opted for the blue car. Would you opt for tea or coffee? Rule out. Rule out. To eliminate or decide something is not possible or acceptable. Examples. Police haven't ruled out foul play. We can't rule out that possibility. The doctor ruled out serious illness. They ruled out moving abroad. Conversation.
When do we set off tomorrow?
Let's opt for early morning. The traffic is lighter.
Good idea. Let's not put off leaving any longer.
True. This trip calls for careful timing.
Exactly. And we shouldn't rule out taking extra snacks.
Story.
Alex set off on his adventure at dawn. He had opted for solitude, choosing to travel alone. Initially, he put off his departure due to doubts, but knew that great experiences call for bold actions. On his journey, Alex learned never to rule out unexpected friendships, meeting people who enriched his travels and changed his perspective profoundly.
Deal with. Deal with. Handle or manage a situation or problem. Examples. I'll deal with this issue personally. How do you deal with stress? She calmly dealt with the problem. Let's deal with these complaints quickly. Work on. Work on. Spend time improving or repairing. Examples. He's currently working on a new project. You need to work on your pronunciation. We're working on fixing the bug. She's been working on herself lately. Face up to. Face up to. Accept and confront something difficult. Examples. He finally faced up to his fears. She must face up to reality. It's hard to face up to mistakes. We must face up to the facts. Sort out. Sort out. Solve or organize something. Examples. Can you sort out these documents? They finally sorted out their differences. Let's sort out this confusion now. I'll sort out the reservations. Run into. Run into. Experience unexpectedly often problems. Examples. We ran into trouble with the project. Have you run into any issues? They ran into unexpected expenses. She ran into technical difficulties. Conversation.
We've run into a big problem with our software.
Let's deal with this quickly. Can you work on debugging it?
Definitely. But we must face up to the possibility of delays.
Yes. I'll sort out communication with our clients immediately.
Good. Together, we'll manage to deal with this smoothly.
Story.
Ben recently ran into financial issues at his startup. Initially overwhelmed, he decided it was essential to face up to these challenges head-on. He started to work on a clear action plan, carefully sorting out priorities and resources. Although difficult, Ben successfully dealt with the situation by securing investment and restructuring costs. His willingness to confront issues directly led him to solutions, eventually stabilizing and growing his business.
Now that we've covered all the phrasal verbs, it's time to put what we've learned into practice. Take your time to think about each sentence and choose the correct phrasal verb. You can pause the video, and once you're done, continue and check the answers. Ready? Let's begin. Now, let's wrap up today's lesson with a little story to review all the phrasal verbs we've learned.
During Monday's meeting, Sarah finally spoke up about the outdated software the team was using. She pointed out several bugs and inefficiencies that could bring about major delays. Although her manager briefly cut her off, she remained calm and confident. After the meeting, she talked the team into trying a new tool she had researched. Mark had just gotten over a tough project and was hesitant, but he agreed. Their group had recently fallen out over missed deadlines, but everyone was willing to move forward. The next day, Sarah arrived early and set off to prepare the demo. She didn't want to put off the presentation any longer. This project calls for something better, she told herself. The team opted for her recommendation after seeing results. They ruled out the old system immediately. Still, they ran into some setup issues, but Sarah was ready to deal with them. She worked on fixing bugs, while others sorted out files. When doubts arose, she encouraged everyone to face up to challenges together. In the end, her leadership and effort not only cheered up the team, but also earned her respect. They knew they could count on her. And Sarah felt proud.
That's it for today's episode. We can't wait to see you in the next lesson. Thanks for watching and keep practicing.